So we've got the first Mini on site, and I think it's time to introduce the man himself. Come on, Andrew!
Come
Squeeze in one side here.
Yeah.
Morning.
Okay, so Andrew, we've got the first Mini and we are about to start. Are you ready?
Absolutely, 100%.
Do you need a pie first?
I love a pie, but I don't want to peak too soon.
Andrew's bought 2 boxes of pies.
Oh yeah, lovely. We've got some chilli pies, marmalade pies, black pudding pies.
Oh, you're making me hungry. Making me hungry.
Exactly. Right, let's get
Focus.
going. Let's do it. We have the first Mini and we have the owner, Stephen Crook, on site. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you.
And thank you for helping us with the charity today. Andrew, would you like to introduce our first Mini?
Absolutely. We have a beautiful example here of a 1969 Mini Countryman. Is that
Traveller,
correct?
Mini Traveller.
Mini Traveller, apologies. Little 998 engine, automatic. The first thing we'll be starting to do is want to establish where his ignition timing is. Steve's already told me 1 or 2 little niggles, nothing serious, but just little things that can be tuned up a little bit, adjust a little bit to help him with his normal daily driving. So, Steve, would you tell us a little bit about that niggle with the choke and idle speed?
Yeah, so the main issue is getting it started, particularly when it's cold, which Minis aren't that good at starting from cold anyway, but this one seems particularly difficult to get started. And then it's more just power, because it's an automatic. It's getting the power, particularly going up hills, that's where it struggles a bit. So it's running okay, but I really want Andrew to try and get the best from it we can.
Not a problem at all. If there's a couple of little ponies, possibly even a horse in there, we'll try and find that extra horse and give it back to you so it can push a little better up the hills.
That would be really good.
And also, thank you for your support today of the Dr. Kershaw's Hospice.
Great call.
Doing our best for it today.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, right, so this beautiful little Mini automatic, in many ways it's no different from a modern car. An order of events takes place relative to top dead centre.
Yeah.
So on your type of cars you deal with, Jodie, there'll be a lovely little crank position sensor somewhere.
Yeah.
And then there's many events that take place, fuel injection, pulse rates, ignition timing, etc. from there. On the little automatics, you can't put them in gear to rotate the engine back and forward, so you have to do it manually via a clock gauge to see where the top dead centre marker occurs, or the position occurs. I then create my own reference position that's easy for the owner to access at a later date, so he doesn't have to do this over and over again. It'd be lovely if somebody had done this back in 1970, late 69 even. So if you want to come and have a look in the flywheel casing, there's a little positional marker there. sort of a little green arrow on my mirror, and it points towards that bolt. That's on the back plate of the clutch and flywheel, and that is a positional reference. So we'll now create one. We can set the ignition timing and check the ignition timing, and we can make sure the events occur at the right point in time.
Fantastic. Thank goodness for that mirror.
Thank God for the mirror, yeah. Okay, so we've done a provisional check on the ignition timing. Now that we've established a nice visible marker showing top dead center, and we found that the ignition timing is about 4, maybe 5 degrees retarded from where it should be. So we're going to advance the timing a little bit back onto spec. And to do that, you actually, on a Mini, you rotate the distributor in a clockwise orientation. And because the distributor's been driven in an anti-clockwise, you're then presenting the terminal a little bit earlier than what it was previously. And that will allow us to advance the ignition timing back to spec. Of course, it'll all be done via a digital stroboscope, so we'll get it exactly right. But it kind of adds up with what the owner was telling us earlier, that some of the symptoms he mentioned, the starting, it wouldn't have helped if it doesn't have the combustion time or timing correctly in order to help him get it started on the cold mornings. So we'll get it sorted. So we've got the ignition timing set. We're now going to look into the carburation and make sure that the fuel is being presented in the right amount at the right point in time. The way the SU carburetors work is that they have a parallel tube, which is the jet. That presents fuel, which is then obstructed by a tapered needle. Now, if you dug into your old SU books, it would say to set the jet height at 10 to 12 flats from the bridge. Now, if you actually physically measure that, you can then see if it's been set in a weak position or a rich position. So I'm going to go in and physically measure where the jet is relative to what SU recommend. So if you want to follow me into the carburetor, I'm going to go have a little look in the inside first. Between the central brass jet there and the aluminium bridge, which runs left to right or horizontally, I'm going to measure the distance between the two of those using the bottom depth gauge of a vernier. And I'll get it on and rock on the shoulders. And can you see the result there? What we got? 37 thou. So that's set in a weak position. So we'll now investigate why it's set in a weak position, rightly, wrongly. Is it compensating for something else? But at least we've monitored it. We know what we're dealing with from that position.
So you've done a fantastic job with Steve's Mini.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Running beautifully. So do you want to wrap up with this one now, Andrew, please?
Yeah, we'll do. I'm going to slide over this way towards yourself. Nothing major, just a few little tweaks to get it running that little bit better. Ignition timing was out by 4 degrees, maybe 5 degrees. Yeah. The mixture in the carburation was set to be quite lean and proved to be quite lean. So we've enriched the mixture and we've also replaced the needle inside the carburetor. A couple of little issues for Steve to work on, nothing major, but just things to get it that little bit more reliable around the carburetor spindle bushes. But otherwise, thank you very much for bringing it along. Thank you for being our first customer of the day.
Yes, thank you. It means a lot.
And for what this will bring to Dr. Kershaw's hospice.
Yes.
Yeah, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you, Steve, and thank you for your support.
Thank you. Yeah.
Andy Cabs.
So,
Right, so I've got another Mini. I need you to have a look at it.
go on.
Right, I need it running sweet by the end of today.
It's going to take me at least about 15 minutes,
I know,
this.
we've got the Escort and the Mini waiting.
Come
I know,
on,
but,
let's have a look.
Right, come on
I'm
see.
not going to turn it down.
Can you just right? So this is the one I need. Look, can you just
let's look at that one instead.
Can you just
no.
look at this?
No.
So people know this on my channel. I'm going to now introduce this Mini. This is going to be our next project car. We have big plans with this car, which I'm going to announce further on, but this is going to be what you're going to be tuning. This is, yeah. Can you have it running by the end of the day?
I need more than an hour. Definitely need more than an hour.
But, you know, joking aside, this is the next project and we have some really exciting plans with this car. It's not going to be what people are expecting. That's all I'm going to tell you for now. You need to stay tuned to find out what's coming next with the Mini.
We'll have it sorted.
Car number 2 is on site. This is David. Welcome, David.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to see you, and thank you for your support. Obviously, Andrew, are you ready for number 2?
We're ready for number 2.
Yeah. So introduce your vehicle, David.
Yeah, so this is a 1980 Mark II Escort 16 Sport. Just recently put a new carburettor on it. Having trouble with the flat spot, so just wondering if the maestro could take a look at it and see what if he can turn it round.
If anyone can, you can.
Well,
Andy.
we'll certainly take a look. If it's something that we can resolve by adjusting a setting, absolutely. If it isn't something by setting, we can tell you where the problem lives, and it might be one for another day. But 100%, we'll take on the challenge.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Let's do it. So we've got a brew only because number 2 Escort is done.
He's done.
Yeah.
Thanks to Dave, Rodney, Bob, Bill, James here, Dave.
Yeah, he keeps getting his name wrong.
Nice and simple. He's had a lot of help and support from another gentleman in the classic car community we know well,
Yes.
we trust very well.
Yes.
Done a little check over what's going on. The car's running a little bit rich at idle. I think personally that's a little bit of overspill from the float height being too high. Yeah. Then when you put your foot down because you want to pull away, that's when it then will drop the float level, but will pull fuel through your idle jetting to maybe 2,500 RPM, maybe 2,700 RPM, at which it's actually a little bit weak. Now, we verified that by gas emissions check, and also as a brand new carb, we hope we can trust the idle air mixture screw position. Yep. So we've enriched it a little bit, but it's not something we can fully resolve today, just diagnose. And yeah, if you reset that float height, we think you're back to being running well again, ticking over well.
Excellent.
But also, thank you very much for your donation to Dr. Kershaw.
Yes, thank you very much for your support, David. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, matey. Thank you. Car number 3, Andy.
Car number 3 it is.
You're smashing them out of the park.
It's almost like I do this for a living.
Right, so this is Josh, welcome on site. Thanks. And this is Josh's Mini. So you're here today for a tune-up?
Yeah, just a general check over, make sure everything's running as it should be with it being a relatively new engine. Put in a couple of years ago, but it's not really been used since.
Okay. Right, so it's running okay at the moment?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So it's literally just a fettle?
We'll fettle it.
You
That
like
those
fettling?
little final tweaks.
That's it.
Absolutely.
We'll sort that out.
So are we ready to go?
Absolutely. Josh told me a little bit about the car. First of all, thank you for your support, Dr. Kershaw. 100% there.
Yeah, thank you.
Josh told me a little bit about the car before coming in today. It's a 1275 block, been bought out by plus 10, I would imagine. It's a 1293 there. It's also got a fast road camshaft in it with a HIF 44 inch and 3/4 SU carburettor. So we'll make sure you've got a right needle in to suit that camshaft, to suit this spec of engine. We'll also check your ignition timing and your mechanical advance curve to make sure it's hitting all the places we want it to.
Yeah.
Starting, pulling well, not over revving. And then it's time for you to enjoy it, sir.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Absolutely. Let's
So we've done a little provisional check of the setting of the engine. Nothing horrendous, but lots of good to come. We found that the ignition timing is quite retarded.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and show you now that as I advance the ignition timing in a controlled way to the place where I want it to be,
Yeah.
rather than just achieving a higher idle speed, you will notice the idle speed increase.
Yes.
So if you kindly fire her up, please, Jodie.
Yes.
And then I'll zoom her into where she needs to be, roughly.
Yeah. Are you
And
ready?
You'll hear the RPMs go up.
Let's do it. Oop.
Bit more than that, maybe. I'll just bring this back down a touch. Right, that's about there. It's about 9 degrees at the moment, which is just a good, safe, nominal value for me to set other factors from.
Andy, number 3, are we done?
We are pretty much done.
So this one's had a bit more fettling than we thought.
A little.
This is going to be my favourite in that when it was, because obviously you've had to change quite a lot on this, and the owner of this vehicle, I feel, it's going to be so different for
He's
him.
going to be smiling.
I can't wait for
really
him to take it
smiling.
on test drive.
Yeah.
Right, so tell us what you've done.
Okay, so just rewinding back a little bit, 1275 block, plus 10,000, and also a fast road camshaft inside.
Yes.
So you then go looking for the right settings, the right components, the right everything to make that perform as it should.
Yeah.
So first thing, check the ignition timing. It was very, very close to top dead center.
Yeah.
So I thought, I don't fully believe that. Let me put a dial gauge into the cylinder. Let me establish if the markings and checkpoints are telling me the truth.
Yeah.
They weren't telling me the truth, but they actually made the story slightly worse in that it might have been 2 or 3 degrees after top dead center.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean? It means that when the combustion process takes place, the cylinder pressure that builds is actually chasing the piston now, giving it a little feathering blow at the end there. Now, to get some oomph out of it, well, you need to increase that feathering blow.
Yeah.
So you make them run a little bit rich.
Yeah.
Possibly even put a richer needle in. We went inside the carburettor. Yeah, the jet height was at a rich position. Wasn't a rich needle, but somebody had obviously tried to just recover something that wasn't quite right by a fault, correcting a fault.
Yeah.
So now all those have been corrected.
Yes.
We're in a pretty good position.
Yeah.
There's just one little thing for the owner. The ignition advance curve or mechanical advance curve inside the distributor isn't absolutely what I'd want. So I've had to try and get the optimum of what it's got to give.
Yeah.
But then I've given the owner some advice about this is the distributor to get.
Absolutely.
This is what to fit it. These are your checkpoints.
Yeah.
And you'll have a fun little car.
You've changed plugs as well on this one.
Plugs have gone. New needle in there as well that's more suited.
Yeah.
Might have a test drive or two for the gentleman.
Absolutely.
Might swap the needle over a little bit more enriched mid-range for this fast road cam, but he's in for a real pleasant surprise.
So I reckon it's time to get Josh back in this vehicle and ask him to go for a drive. We'll see if we can get the beaming Cheshire Cat smile on the way back in.
With a good chance.
It's going to be there.
Yeah, with a good chance.
Let's get Josh.
Okay, doke.
Josh, you're back from your test drive.
Yes.
And what's...
It's a completely different motor. It's stupid. He's not a mechanic, he's a magician.
He is. You are awesome, Andrew. You need to take some credit today.
No,
You
I'm
do.
not. I'm just doing something I'm really passionate about that I've always loved in life. Not many people get that chance. It don't matter if you're a butcher maker, candlestick maker, CEO of a business. I love tuning classic cars.
Yeah.
I'm the luckiest man in the world getting to do this. and then we're doing it for a great cause. Come on.
Yeah,
That's all good, isn't it?
Absolutely. But this one today has been my favourite by far so far. In the difference, just by listening to it, and it's idling, the difference you can tell, and then the smile on Josh's face when he came back from test drive, that made my day. It really did. And the fact again that obviously you're providing this service, but then we're giving money to charity as well. Bonus. All I'm going to say is no speeding fine, yeah?
We're not responsible for any of that at all.
We are not responsible for speeding tickets. But I just want to say thank you for your support, Josh.
Yeah.
It's been lovely to meet you as well.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, love. Cool. Thank you. Okay, we're car number 4.
We are.
This is Muneeb.
The guinea pig.
One of my followers as well, so it's great to actually meet you as well. Now then, Triumph Spitfire, is there any issues that you know of regarding the car?
Well, the idle is a bit, it's got a mind of its own, really.
Fluctuates a little bit.
Slightly, yeah. But at times, sits all right, but at times just go down.
Okay.
But besides that, I can't really get my hand on it. But
Okay. Okay.
But, yeah, I can hear a bit of a burble in the exhaust as well.
Right.
So I'm guessing that's something to do with something a bit out of tune.
We'll have a little look.
Yeah.
Every car I treat with pretty much the same approach. So we'll go through everything ignition related, make sure it's all occurring at the right point in time.
Yeah.
We'll go through everything fueling related, make sure it's given at the right measures in the right way. And then we'll bring these together and we'll see what we find on that journey. Something's not quite the way it should be, or something's a little bit more play than it may have, or something a little bit richer or weaker. But it'll be sorted by the time you're ready to pick it up and whatever, or
really
ready to drive it off. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Excited,
Are you ready to have a go?
Yeah.
Let's do
And
it.
thank you for your support as well.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Muneeb.
Thank you, Muneeb.
Thank
It's
you.
great to have you on site.
I put all my savings into it now.
Oh.
I'll be able to walk back now.
Right, we are on car number 5. Number 5. You've smashed it out of the park today. One's
We're
gonna
doing
go
all
wrong.
right. We're doing all right.
Right, okay. So it's fair to mention we're cutting in here. Muneeb's car is in the background.
Mhm.
So you're halfway through that. We've
Yep.
just had a little bit of a short interlude with that.
We are.
And we have Chris on site. If you're local, you'll know Chris. Chris is from Broken Pencil. And I also just want to mention that you've helped us with every charity that we've done regarding the charity cars, etc. This is the company that have supplied all the graphics free of charge. So thank you. And it's great to have you on site today as well, again. You've met Andrew. He's going to have a fettle with Mabel. This is Mabel, Chris's car.
Looking forward to it. Look, he registered 89, 88?
87.
87. Get long in day, I'm a year and a bit out.
Yeah, so is there any issues that you know of regarding?
Only issues, she generally runs fine. We've done thousands of miles over the couple of years. Every now and again she'll have a misfire where she doesn't pull up hills.
Okay.
But after that, she'll clear up and she'll be fine for another 1,000 miles.
Let's see if we can find the cause of that. Somewhere within that, just happy some days, not happy tomorrow, a bit misfiery.
Sounds a bit like me.
She doesn't like staying out in the cold. She likes a nice warm garage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Are you ready?
Ready, let's bring it on. Let's do it.
Right, Andrew, where are we up to?
We are on the carburetors.
Okay.
Been inside the carburetors, check the needles, replace the needles where needed.
Yeah.
We've also baselined the jet heights. We're now going to balance the carburetors so they're drawing an equal contribution through the car to what equals the exhaust emissions. So if Munib would kindly fire up the car, we will give the carbs a balance. We haven't broken her, that's one good thing. Right, so let's just see what air amount we're drafting through.
Okay.
So, we'll start with the forward carburetor. These should be equal, but let's see what we're starting out at. We'll put the synchrometer on. I'm going to give that a 2.5 there.
Yeah.
And we'll move to the forward carburetor. And I'm going to give that one, about a 6-ish.
Yeah.
So we need to rebalance these for sure. So 2.5 and 6 gives me 8, 8.5. I'm going to equal a pair of 4s, all being well. So just do that now if I get the chance. We'll start with the forward carburetor. And we'll go to the idle screw. See if I can get the screwdriver in. And that's just under 4. So I'm now going to steal a little bit from this one. Because it's lifted up. And he's now around a 6 or 7. I'll get the screwdriver in again. Kind of on a 4. We'll go to the forward carburetor again, see if it's moved or changed. Still on a 4. And there we are. The carbs are now balanced. We'll now reconnect them at the throttle bar. And they're working as a pair, together equally.
Awesome. Right, so Andy, just quickly run through what we've done here now today.
Okay. Well, we've got a little 998 Mini
Yep.
It's a 1987.
87.
87. We've altered the ignition timing. It was quite a bit out.
Yeah.
More importantly, we leant towards the carburettor. The needle had been butchered, is the best I can put it as the needle, together with an extremely rich jet position. Bring those together, running like a stuffed pig. So we brought the jet back to a nominal position.
Yeah.
We've put in a needle that will give you the appropriate fueling rather than butchered one down to do so. And after that, test drive.
Running great. Yeah, absolutely no problems.
Superb.
Uphill.
Uphill. Yeah. Oh, wait till you try downhill. We're going even faster.
No, but we can tell by the smile on his face as well, can't we? Which we've seen a few times today.
We smiles all the way. Yeah.
Superb to hear. And
Wonderful.
of course, thank you very much on behalf of Dr. Kershaw's.
Yes.
Your support, your trust of us in working on your car, much appreciated.
No, always.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for your support.
Thank you. See you next time.
Car number 5, the Triumph Spitfire.
Mm-hmm.
Done, yeah?
Done, complete,
Yeah.
lovely. So we've had a few little jobs to do. Nothing major, just little things that were out of sorts. Ignition timing, we needed to rectify the idle position. We've then plotted what she's got to give on a mechanical advance curve and optimised. We've then gone to the fueling side as well. We've changed your needle profiles to just something slightly richer, very similar to the original. Rebalance your carburetors, reposition your jets, brought your idle mixture levels down to what they should be, and the result is
amazing. It's just ready to go at all times, really, isn't it? Like you guys heard it,
Yeah.
and it's just absolutely mad.
Yeah.
Like it's like a different car now, really.
good.
Oh,
Hey,
fantastic.
is there any chance we could hear it again,
Yeah,
Manny?
yeah. Let's fire it up.
Go for it.
We're gonna do that little dance to it.
Wow. Woo! Awesome. Listen, Manib, both of us again, thank you so much for your support and for supporting Dr. Kershaw's Hospice. It's been great to have you on site today.
Same here. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you very much,
so
Manib.
for taking care of the car so well.
You're welcome. You're
Oh,
welcome.
bless you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's competition time. MGOC Spares, the good folks there have again shown us support. They want to support us again for our charity, Dr. Kershaw's Hospice, and they have donated some performance parts.
Nice.
Q parts.
Yeah.
Do you want to just explain what they can win?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, it doesn't matter if you're a Mini owner or an MG owner. The A-Series engine has so many parts in common.
Yeah.
From the 998 to the 1098 to the 1275, there's bits and pieces you can swap from an MG to a Mini.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So what have we got? We have a nice fast road camshaft.
Yeah.
I'd expect that to be a nice torquey camshaft. Plenty of pull, plenty of go for on the road use.
Yeah.
Which needs to be set and timed in correctly using an adjustable vernier set.
Yeah.
So it can be timed in correctly for the lobe center angle to the crankshaft.
Yeah.
A duplex timing chain.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't stretch, doesn't move, it stays at what you set. And these, I'll let you see where you're going. A lovely H4 halogen lights there, or LED conversion, sorry.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
So for the A-Series engine, but as you've just heard, we're not just going with the Minis, anything with an A-Series engine, you can win these parts donated by MGOC Spares. It's fair to mention as well, anything from a hose clip all the way up to a panel you can get from MGOC. Yeah?
Absolutely right.
Definitely. So you can go there, mgoc.co.uk, have a look at their range. It's fabulous. But if you want to be with a chance of winning these, all you need to do is go to our Just Giving page and donate. I reckon £5. A £5?
A fiver, it'll give you a roll of the dice, won't it?
Absolutely.
Before you want 2 rolls of the dice, I'll do 2 fivers.
Yeah, absolutely. So a £5 an entry to win these parts. So if you go to our Just Giving page, you donate £5, you get an entry. Just in the donation, just leave your message. It's for MGOC, and you could be in a chance of winning.
Fantastic. The nice gear.
Absolutely.
I think I might be in this.
So thanks, MGOC, and good luck, everyone.
Thank you very much.
We've come to the end of the day. Yeah.
Yep.
What an awesome day. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
I think I am.
Yeah.
I'm not absolutely sure.
do you know what? We got here, 7 o'clock this morning, and it's now 5 to 8.
Well, I got up at 5:30.
Yeah.
I left home about 6:10.
Yeah.
I was here for 8:10.
Yeah.
We're still here, and I've got 2 hours to drive to get home.
My goodness. But it's been worthwhile.
It has.
That is the main thing. And not just that, the people that have been on site today and had their cars tuned by you, the look on their faces, that for me has just been a winner.
It's a lovely thing. I keep saying it over and over, it'll be in every video you do.
Yeah.
I'm the luckiest man in the world because the job satisfaction I get from seeing that reaction is fantastic.
Yeah.
On the flip side, when I come to people who've got a cheap and cheerful car, a very valuable car, and they daren't take it out for fear of reliability and X, Y, and Z, I've got to sort that out for you. I've got to put that right. We're not having that anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we've seen that today, you know, and that I'm so glad I got to share that with you. But the main thing here is one of the other reasons we've been doing this is to raise money for Dr. Kershaw's hospice.
Yeah.
And you've done that today, Andrew.
We've done all right. Yeah, we have. We have.
Come on, what's the total today?
Well, I think it's about £500 we've done today, solely for Dr. Kershaw's.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So I just want to say thank you again.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Count me in the next one.
Yeah, we're
Not a
already
problem.
making plans for the next one, so stay tuned for that. But Dr. Kershaw's £500 is going to be donated to the Just Giving page tonight.
Tonight or tomorrow morning. Give me a chance. Just to let me recover a little bit. But it's coming. It's definitely coming.
But thanks again, Andrew. Really
not a problem.
appreciate it. And thanks for your support.
Welcome.